So I engage a firm of adbods to draw up a spunky campaign that will persuade us all to talk en masse about our ailing spaff. They've invited me to a testicular tete-a-tete at the tip of their tower. They're not backwards in coming forwards, and they go straight for the money shot.
So it's brave of you to come forward with this. Are you looking to be the face of it? Are you willing
The face of infertility? Oh, it's always been the dream. It's always been the dream, that has.
Talking of humour, how much do you want to use humour?
I've got to use humour.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I've got. If you can't laugh at the weird things that happen, whether, you know, from masturbating to pots and all these kind of... If you can't laugh about that, then you're in real trouble, I think.
So we've had some ideas. Is there any ideas that you've had or...?
Only really childish names.
Great, yeah.
Oh, let's hear them.
Well, I was thinking about other things that are out there to raise awareness. That, you know, things like Movember, Stoptober. People use months, don't they? So I just wondered, you know, we could have Spunktember. We could have... I mean, I've got hundreds of these if you want.
I'll write that down.
Cocktober, Dickember.
I think some of these we might have some trouble with the advertising standards. Yeah.
Well, I like the idea of Cocktober. I think that's a really good idea, but it's going to have some sort of overarching brand, I think, you know.
If there was some way where you could take it around city centres like a roadshow where actually you do test men, like there's the opportunity for men to drop in.
Well, I wouldn't probably do it myself.
No, you could give a helping hand, perhaps.
Oh, definitely. I'm all for assisted masturbation.
But if there's some way where...
I'm going to write that down.
Is this as mad as it sounds? Some of this stuff I'm going, yeah, great idea. I'm going, is this what we're going to get? We're going to get a caravan in the middle of Cardiff where people come in and have a wank.
Yeah, when you put it like that, it doesn't...
When you put that, how else are we going to do it? I'm not entirely sure what I've agreed to there. I don't think I've agreed to pleasure men in a shopping centre, although admittedly that would get people talking. And I've definitely not agreed to put my face on anything. But I'm heading out on tour, so I leave the adbods to come up with something that'll set men's tongues wagging without involving my face. 6 weeks later, we have a conference call. How are you doing?
Where are you?
I'm in Bedford Corn Exchange on about date 79 of my tour. First, the bad news.
Anything with the word cum or kind of cock or bollocks would be likely to cause some offence and attract complaint. So we quickly struck off community and Cocktober and those kind of ones.
Makes sense, yeah.
So with that said, we had to come up with a logo. Simple logos work best. You know, it has to stand out and cut through the various noise that's out there.
Okay.
Oh, you look a bit excited there.
Yeah, I like that.
So we've obviously used
I like the sperm as the eye. I like that, yeah.
the colours we've used are sort of almost like power tool-like, you know, which obviously appeals to our target audience. It's unafraid, you know, the message that we want to get across, it's okay to talk.
I think it's brilliant. I think it's really good. I think it really works, really fits the brief what we wanted.
The other question we have for you.
So we know you said you didn't want to be the face of the campaign, but we do feel like, you know, in order for this campaign to have some sort of legs, we do really think that you're probably the man for the job, and we thought that you could literally be the poster boy. One sec, I've got a visual to show you.
Oh, look how lovely that is. I take it the silence is that you're really impressed and you want to use it.
You're super impressed.
Yeah.
Why would you try and persuade me to be... Why does it need a face of it?
You're credible as a poster boy for it because you've been through the process, and also the fact that you're willing to kind of put your face out there will hopefully encourage men to, you know, self-reflect and themselves not be ashamed or shy about talking about it.
Yeah, I can see the arguments for why you think I should do this. But I think I probably need to have a bit more of a think and a chat to my wife. When people say things like, you're going to be the face of infertility and stuff, and you do rounds of media interviews and putting your name in it and stuff and putting your name to it, it's just a very odd... This was not the dream, you know, this was not what I had in mind. It's embarrassing. It's intensely embarrassing, isn't it? And like most men, I'm torn between not wanting to talk about it at all, completely bury my head in the sand, and and another part of me that really wants to talk to somebody about it and wants to share it and knows that there'd be strength in sharing it and talking about it. And that's the fundamental thing at the heart of this documentary. I want to reduce the stigma and get people talking. To do that, I have to reduce the stigma to myself and get myself talking.
Decision made. The campaign needs a face, and let's face it, it's my face or no face. But what tone should my face go for? Captain Shit Jizz, ironic superhero, broody, metrosexual man? Or something cheesier? Carry on laughing, carry on spaffing. The ad bods have been hyper busy. They've booked a campaign launch in Cardiff's largest shopping centre, no expenses being spared, and they've spaffed my face over everything.
So we've put together some banners which will be part of the campaign branding.
They're going to be bigger than that.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
to scale.
There's going to be games, giveaways, a glossy brochure full of top tackle tips, and apparently I've written it.
God, it's weird. Still not sure I'm ready for this.
There'll even be a quiz on things that can get your jizz in a tiz. A jizz-tiz quiz, if you will.
Smoking?
Nailed it.
Easy.
Next.
Pills?
Yeah, medicines and drugs.
Medicines, drugs, yeah. Processed foods?
Yeah, bad diet.
Bad diet.
Yeah.
Age?
Age, yeah.
Age.
So that men have a biological clock too.
Yes. What is nuts? Peanuts? Is that a white cross or is that...
Give you a clue, it's a plaster.
It's a plaster! Right, OK. You've got a hole in your nutsack.
Yeah. So pretty
I have done that,
yeah.
by the way. I have done that with the scissors once in a hotel in South Africa.
And I'm silently regretting the whole thing.
Well, that is it. We are going live, as they say. The campaign is set, the campaign materials are done. All I've got to do now is turn up in Cardiff city centre in a busy Christmas shopping day and be the face of infertility. I couldn't wait to be the face of infertility. Some people were after Ferrari, Armani. Fuck that. This is the one I wanted. When I came into comedy, that's where I had my sights set on. That's where I wanted my face. Right, fucking... So I'm just going to zip down this row. I'm only going to ask you one question. One yes or no answer will be absolutely fine. Let's zip down this row. Do you know what an andrologist is?
No, I don't.
Andrologist? No, I don't. Andrologist? Andrologist?
No idea.
Andrology?
No.
Andrology?
No.
Andrology?
No.
Andrology?
No.
Andrology?
Fucked if I know.
You did have a long time to think about that. But I'm just going to zip down. Let's do another experiment. Do you know what a gynecologist is, sir? Yes or no?
Yes.
Gynecologist?
Yes.
Gynecologist?
Yes.
Gynecologist?
Yes.
Gynecologist?
Yes.
It's getting boring, isn't it? A gynecologist is a...
There's loads of families.
It's true, if you get any medical dictionary out, a person who looks at fannies. So a gynecologist, as everybody probably knows, is a female reproductive specialist. An andrologist, that not one single person has ever heard of, is a male reproductive specialist. Which is kind of weird, isn't it? Give me a cheer if you've heard of orcs. It's a mythical goblin. Not one of you have heard of a male reproductive specialist. Listen, I don't know what that tells us particularly, but it's not good, is it?
Finally, the big day has arrived. The grand launch of my HIMfertility campaign. It's pre-Covid Cardiff, it's the busiest shopping centre in town, and it's Christmas. And I'm really wishing I'd been left home alone.
It sounds daft for a stand-up, but I sort of struggle with the tension on me sometimes. Yeah, I feel exposed. I feel like I want to get out of here and go home.
But there's no escaping. The ad bods have got me surrounded and penned in. So I try cutting my way out.
Ladies and gentlemen, I declare the HIMfertility launch open. Right, great.
But that just encourages them.
Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Right.
Let's wait for the inevitable rush of men coming to talk about fertility with TV cameras around. I imagine I'm going to be mobbed.
Before the inevitable stampede, the ad sods have another cunning stunt up their HIMfertility t-shirts. Bastards.
Okay.
So we've got a bit of surprise for you, Rhod. So as part of the campaign, we want you to walk around with what we call an eye walker.
Jesus Christ.
You look like a superhero now.
Yeah, I feel like a superhero. Captain Infertility. Yeah. What a situation to find yourself in. Wow. I don't think I want to be the face of infertility anymore. Hello, sir. Can I give you a leaflet? No, I'm not. Oh, here we are. I don't want to give it to him. You don't want to take it. Fine. All right.
Rhod Gilbert.
No, it's not me. Rob Brydon. Rob Brydon. Tum-ty-tum-ty-tum. Is this the worst day of my life? Possibly. It's one of them. It's up there.
I know, you're that comedian.
Yeah, Rob Brydon. Spread the word. Rob Brydon's in the shopping centre.
Yeah, that joke sounds as desperate as I feel. So I dump the Captain Shitjizz costume and go hands-free.
Do you want to chat about fertility, guys? Anyone? Anyone interested? Come on. Roll up, roll up. Free spunk chat. You thought about fertility, lads? Who's going to talk to me about fertility today, lads? People are desperately trying to get out of the way, aren't they? This is the problem I've got. It's a very difficult thing because people aren't going to stop and go, oh yes, I think I'll come and talk to Rhod Gilbert or on camera or to a bunch of strangers about my fertility in a shopping centre.
So far, so awful. Time for my Jizz Tiz quiz. Infertility challenge, anyone? Starter for 10. What percentage of fertility issues are male?
Why did you go for 32%?
I just guess there's more awareness around maybe female fertility problems and less around men's.
Why do you think you went for 32, not?
Because the woman carries the baby, so I just thought that it would be more likely to
responsibility on the woman.
Was that surprising to you?
Yeah, it was, because I think mainly, so when I look at, you see movies, TVs, it's always like the woman who's had the infertility problem, she always feels like it's her fault. You never really see it portrayed as the man's issue.
True, isn't it?
Yeah, it is true.
32 I went for.
32%.
I went for 50.
You went for 50?
Yeah.
Why have you gone for different things?
Don't know, you wouldn't think it's like half, you wouldn't think it's that much anyway.
I'm not sure. I think people forget that half of the process is the man's, they're involved
Man's,
in it.
I know.
Yeah, you know.
I know the stuff.
As predicted, the majority of answers are wrong. But at least people are talking to me. I do need to get more men involved, though. Humour seems to be the way, and given my own sperm have improved significantly with a few key lifestyle tweaks, we talk fags, booze, drugs, steroids, caffeine, cycling and punctured nutsacks.
What's your underpants of choice?
Just like boxer briefs.
Boxer?
Yeah.
Loose or tight?
Loose.
Loose.
Gotta be comfortable. But tight. Boxer briefs, but tight.
Yeah. Trunks. Tight boxer, yeah.
A tight boxer?
Yeah.
Have a look at these. We'll see which ones you'd go for, right? Anyone go for those?
I'll jump on them, yeah.
Anybody fancy these?
Yeah.
Who wants the reindeer thong?
Do you have to use the radio?
Oh yeah, you've got it, yeah.
Oh, go on, I'll have a
Go on, then you have that. What have we got here? You got a choice now.
Yes, go on.
Do you want those? I'm going to do a test now on you. You reckon these are good or bad for fertility, do you reckon?
These are probably really bad.
Yeah, why are they bad, do you reckon?
Constricting, aren't they?
Constricting. What about all...
You're pretty loose in these.
So your balls would actually be loose and out there.
Exactly.
But in the wind.
I think that's probably quite a good... In the wind, that's quite a good thing, keeping them cool, isn't it? If I give you some of these things, look. What have you got on yours there, look?
Beer and coffee, is it? Or?
Beer and coffee. Would you naturally cut down on things like that, do you think?
I guess you would. It's like when you're pregnant, you don't drink, do you, as much, I guess. But,
What about caffeine, though? Would you think caffeine?
I think caffeine would, yeah.
What, more than booze, do you reckon?
Probably, yeah, I'd say.
Do you?
This is definitely bad.
Cigarettes, definitely bad. What about, this is quite an interesting one. So a birthday cake, so age. Do you have any thoughts about it at all?
I don't know about women, obviously, it's less, less fertile, you're older, so I assume it's the same for men.
Do you think it goes down a little bit?
I think, yeah, it probably does go down a little bit.
And so you have been here today now, and we've spoken about it a bit. Do you think it'll change your behaviour in any way? It doesn't matter if it doesn't. That's interesting as well. I'm not trying to get you to say, oh yes, I'll stop drinking, I'll change my underpants.
It's made me think about it a bit, to be honest. I'll probably try and be a bit more healthy.
You don't have to say that.
No, I think I will. Because it's interesting to know that it can affect us as well.
Oh, well, there we are. Well, it's made you think a little bit. That is, I'm happy with that. And I'm also happy with the fact that a whopping 127 people came to talk to me. I was very reluctant to be the face of this HIMfertility campaign. But the launch reaffirmed just how much it's needed. Men are poorly informed about and uncomfortable even discussing fertility, and our silence is costing everyone, emotionally, physically, psychologically, not to mention financially. Swansea Grand, February 2020. If there's one thing I've learnt on my HIMfertility journey, it's that humour is the battering ram that can break the defensive wall that men put up around this most serious of subjects. Maybe one day we'll be able to talk tackle without the crutch of humour or reassuring power tool branding, but appropriately enough, it's going to be baby steps, and right now, laughter is working. So to take this campaign to the next level, I'm going to perform a one-off shit jizz stand-up special. So it's time to publicly embrace my new alter ego. Please welcome to the stage the official face of HIMfertility. Yes! 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 Swansea, 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 Swansea. Hello, Swansea, you well? Yeah. We're filming this for a documentary about, well, it's fairly obvious. You can all see that from the top? It's about fertility. It's a packed auditorium, ready to hear jokes about my fertility futility. HIMfertility, do you like that as a sort of overall brand for this campaign? And these are some of my suggestions that might not make it into the documentary. Because I wanted it to be like a month, you know, like Movember, you know, or Stoptober, to get people to stop smoking, you know, get people talking, get people doing a month, doing something. That was my first one. In the audience, there's members of my jizz club, their partners, experts, even the ad bods are here. Spafftember, that was another one. May, but may not. None of these were all rejected by the Advertising Standards Agency. Yeah, I know. June was quite tricky, right? And then I thought, do you know how to improve your sperm? I thought that was good. And then my own particular favourite, I really wish we'd gone with this. It was probably never going to happen. But I thought Jizz Lie was quite a good one. And appropriately for gags about sperm, it was all going swimmingly. In fact, so well, I started thinking of a HIMfertility franchise, motivational DVDs, an ambassador role at the World Health Organization. I'd even penciled Spunktember and Cocktober in my diary. I hope you've enjoyed the show. Thanks very much to everybody who's taken part in the documentary. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much up there. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Mere days after the gig, the world deflates like a punctured nutsack.